Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Video Gamers YouTube channel. My name is Smitty and today I bring you a solo lolcast. I'll apologise in advance, this was meant to be a duo one with the great Althazar, but the video file, I thought it was recording lol, it in fact recorded my Chrome window on my other monitor that was on DreamHack, so sorry, and also sorry Althazar. So this one will have to make up for it, of course, and this is a solo queue game as well, so it's all ranked. Everybody here, I believe, is diamond or platinum, around that nice high elo, so we can expect some really nice plays from today's game, in which we should really introduce all our wonderful players. On the blue team, we have CE Frederick playing Mundo, DS Nintendo playing Thresh, Furios playing Brand, Infused Jonjo, who is the poor soul that I'm spectating off today, playing Riven, and Infused Devil playing Caitlyn in the bot lane. On the red team, we have got Pashal playing Lissandra. We've got Fiddless on the Udyr, Althor on Fizz, Majoran on Kha'zix, and P.A.G. Rashonda. Or Rashondara. Yeah. Why can't people just have easy names? But anyway, he is on Graves, also in that bot lane. So of course, the level 1 shenanigans really not coming up too much. Jungle is still sticking to this new preseason meta style of play where you'll instead of going for your solo camp, do it in duo lane. Meanwhile though, Jonjo actually goes heavy aggressive, bumps into Kha'zix, who's taking a ton of damage, but manages to survive by running to his tower. Unfortunately, Kha'zix not able to land that last Vorpal spike to secure the kill. Those early level 1s certainly starting to prove what can go wrong. So just bear with me a second. As the aggression does come out, Jonjo is going to go down. The first blood will go over, but revenge will come straight afterwards. So very nice early first blood there on both sides. Unfortunately though, Kha'zix does come out ahead because he got the first blood advantage. So also try and maneuver everybody around into their correct laning positions, which is like that. Now, I find it unusual to see a Lissandra support. It's a very weird support. I can see why. You know, she has got a fair bit of CC. She can do quite a lot of damage, especially with the new preseason meta now being less on supports being tanks and rather the support. Well, I wouldn't say that's the supports being tanked, but the supports now can deal more damage. So you can have more of the odd supports that really never work, like Annie and Fiddlesticks. So they weren't overly bad anymore. They could actually go ahead and do some full-on aggression in those early stages of the game with the new items. Of course, though, it appears that things have changed. One of the items added in the species was the Relic Shield, which gave pretty much your kill gold shared amongst people nearby. So in a duo lane situation like the AD carry support, if you both picked it up, even if you missed the CS and the support picked it up and you were nearby, you got this massive chunk of gold. And in fact, it actually allowed you to gold up quite quick without necessarily pushing the lane so hard, or having to go for the likes of the golems or the new white camp, of course. So still, everything's very settling down this early game. Those early kills in the top lane on Riven and Kha'zix. Kha'zix getting that first blood, really putting him ahead. He's doing a very nice job of farming against the Riven as well. So Jonjo is on the back foot and will do a very nice job, hopefully, of making things right. As Furious actually comes up for a gank here, they really don't want this Kha'zix to get going. It's going to be Furious picking up that kill. Very nicely done. As the Death Sentence comes out, Infused Devil manages to pick up a kill on Sheshe. There with the Piltover Peacemaker. And Rashonda is in a bit of difficulty as well. And it's going to be Frederick that picks up that kill. So very nicely done from the blue team. They're already 3 kills ahead. Furious though is getting chased down by that Udyr, who's already on double buff. But thankfully there is plenty of alerts coming out here. Furious is doing a very nice job just warning everybody that Udyr is floating around. Hopefully Riven is going to be a sort of bother. The red team do ping the danger, so they know Riven is going to be there, but she is going to recall. Whether or not she'll make it out is another matter. Udyr is roaming around, and Jonjo, nearly makes it out. Unfortunately, it is not to be. But the combo there from Riven allowing her to dance away safely. So this game's still carrying on, 5 minute mark. We've got 5 kills on all sides, and nearly a kill a minute, which is actually pretty impressive. most things considered, normally games like this tend to take their sweet shilly-shally time. Currently, of course, the blue team with that killer lead already ahead in the gold stakes. Item-wise, not really much has changed. No major items being completed with the supports of Thresh, Lissandra. Now building those new support items as Devil does get a crest on, and it is going to be Nintendo coming in for the save. Very nicely done there. Those Thresh hooks are still something to be feared, even if you decide to aggression in. The Flay also does a very nice job managing to rack up everybody else. Rashonda is in a massive spot of bother now as Fredo comes in on that Mundo, starting to burn him down. It's going to be Devil that picks up the kill. Shahei is taking so much damage, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. They instead change their target onto Phileas, and I'm actually going to try and take out that Udyr before he can get too far. Fiddler though takes a lot of damage, and it is Nintendo that goes down as well. Fiddler's still going on. Unfortunately, the 90 caliber net pulled over Peacemaker combo not quite enough. Shahei does go down though to that last auto attack of Caitlyn. It's rather lucky that Udyr didn't go down either, because he still had buffs, I believe, on him when he came into lane. So that could have gone over and reset timers and things that would have really made a bad day. As Furious again comes up into this top lane. Very nicely played actually from all players involved as Jonjo picks up that kill despite being ignited. Unfortunately, this is giving Fizz a chance to free farm, but Brand is doing a very nice job of keeping up. Fizz is only behind by 5 CS. I personally would have thought Fizz would have gone a lot better. But yeah, they're certainly pulling off a nice little strategy here. The jungle will remain in the bottom half of the map in that bot lane to help out the AD carry support, whilst Brown in that mid lane can actually farm out the wave, push it all the way to the tower, keep Fizz at bay, and then he roams up to the top to help Riven whenever Kha'zix starts pushing in a bit too far. So it's a very nice strategy overall. So as this game continues, Jonjo with the ultimate ready, going in with that carrot blade, deals a phenomenal amount of damage. Broken Wings manages to secure it. Unfortunately though, will get shut down by the Kha'zix, so very nicely played by him to come in and assist. Unfortunately not quite there soon enough to help out Udyr. So currently sitting at the 7.5 minute mark. We are 8 kills to 3, 12.2k to 10,500 gold. Items still nothing major being completed. Kha'zix are building a lot of longswords. Why? I'm guessing it's probably some sort of new troll build that I'm not aware of. But hey, whatever. And this is League of Legends. And Shahei doing a very nice job there, using that occasional pass to get out of line quickly and actually manages to dodge the cleaver coming out from Frederick on that Mundo. Unfortunately though, sadly nothing can be done about it. She did have full vision of it with the ward. And Infused Devil still looking to go aggressive here, looking for that hit. And oh, Nintendo trying to land those hooks, trying to be the Thresh Prince of this bot lane. Meanwhile, the Fizz is roaming away. He's actually hovering around by Dragon Pit. Probably just bonking down a couple of walls. Just want to make sure that the blue team doesn't take Dragon. If they do, they're going to snowball so far ahead, it's going to be unbelievable. So everyone's now giving up for the mid game. Everybody's nearly got their ultimate. The only people lagging behind in that respect are Thresh, although he shouldn't be too far behind. And of course, we have got Gross and Lissandra, who are pretty far down, but they could get back into this, just hold around by the CS line, try and keep their XP farm going. Still nice, a bit of aggression coming out from Jonjo in that top lane, does a heavy amount of damage, but sadly it's not enough. Kha'zix is really starting to return the favour with the Brutalizer, doing a lot of armor shred. Unfortunately, Riven has yet to finish her Tiamat. Meanwhile though, the bot lane is still going heavy in favour of Caitlyn in terms of kills, but the CS is in favour of Grace, but not by much. So Fizz goes on the aggression there, throws out the Charm of the Waters, and very nice pyroclasm there coming out from Furious, as Mashuran manages to take that Riven, but the shutdown does go over, and unfortunately Brand does go down to Udyr as well, so very nicely done from all sides. In the meanwhile, so Infused Devil manages to get caught out by Sheshe, but Nintendo drops the box very nicely, does a ton of damage whilst doing so. Now Rashonda has got to be careful, does a very nice Texas two-step to get away from all that potential CC that Thresh can land down. Although he's still in the line of fire, Infused Devil is going to go with the ace in the hole. It will secure the kill. No, he just barely survives there. Those couple of auto attacks him with the double Doran's Blade, keeping him alive. Or even his passive, of course, the True Grit. So, things still carrying on here. Mundo still going around, laying down quite a lot of CC and being quite good at the harass. Furioso also laying down that fire, that freezing fire though in that cryo skin, as Nintendo takes a lot of damage and gets entombed by Shay Shay. But the threshold does come out and Infused Double can't quite get the kill. Yes, he does. 9 calibers nets out the before too much tower damage is taken. He's very, very low in health. He's already flashing red, so he's going to have to get out of dodge quick. If he's not careful, Grace is coming back. Although the collateral damage isn't ready, it is still something to fear. Because, of course, the Buster Shot, the Smoke Bomb still comes in as Jonjo still takes a lot of damage. The Voice Spark, so don't land, but the Claw will get the kill there very nicely there. And Althor, is taking so much damage in their mid lane. Fiddler's comes around though from the side and actually manages to lay down, but Frederick does come in for the save, drops the cleaver, starts burning everything away. Does force the total stance out as Devil comes in from the side. Obviously tries to be a bit of a distraction. Unfortunately, Frederick doesn't quite pick up on what's happening, does pop his ultimate there to get the insane health regen you can get on Mundo, which makes him quite potent late game threat. Of course, this goes in low, pops his ultimate and then just sits there and regens his health right back to full before you realise it. So very nicely done there. They managed to get the shutdown onto Caitlyn, which has brought Fizz back into this game. He will go back and probably start finishing that Lich Bane as Red Team starts pulling on the Dragon. Of course, a very smart move considering that there is no Caitlyn around, but Mundo is still hovering around and he has got Smite available. And he really doesn't have to decide to focus the Dragon because he could focus everybody else. So his ult is down aggression while that comes out from Lissandra. The full-on aggression there, actually targeting Nintendo, which really is not the target they need to get rid of Frederick, who has that Smite available. But no, it says the red team are just going to back away here. As Infused Devil finds the Ice Queen all by her lonesome, does a very nice job with the 90 caliber net. Pilt over Peacemaker combo. Ace in the hole though secures the kill. No Glacial Half will save you. As the red team now bring the turret lead, the blue team bring the turret lead equal 1 apiece in that top lane. So now the top lane is going to be a point of contention for any split push and backdoor shenanigans. So currently we are at the, we'll say the 13-minute mark. It is currently 1 turret apiece. It is 15 kills to 9 in favour of the blue team, and because of that they are a very nice, considerable 3,000 gold ahead. Now they are starting on Dragon. They are doing a really nice job of doing so. Frederick though does take a lot of damage. The Pyroclasm does come out from Furio's over, unfortunately bounces to nobody as Devil gets chummed in the waters and will be the point of focus. But Althor is rather stupidly stuck in the wall and doesn't get very far. As Graves comes in from the side, Lissandra does get shut down, but unfortunately does go down to Brown. So fire beats ice as Nintendo takes a lot of aggression hits, forced to play, but unfortunately does get stand up by the Tiger stance of, the Bear stance of Udyr, and Jonjo comes in looking to show what Riven can really do in a tight spot. Although it takes so much damage from that Graves, does secure the kill and really should not think about going in again, as Kha'zix is on their own, trying the best to land the combo to try and get away, but sadly not enough. And a nice attempt at a save there coming in from Brown to try and secure the stun at least into Kha'zix so that he doesn't land that last hit that would have gotten the kill. So this has been a very good game so far. We're currently at the 14-minute mark, 18 kills to 13. The red team doing a very nice job of trying to pull their way back in this. They're now pounding away on the spot tower. Already gone down to half health. This will go down nice and quick. Of course, the double AD combo of Kha'zix and Graves will do it in no time at all. Apologies, bit of a yawn there. So, everyone's just hanging around. Kha'zix ready and willing to get that team out finished as Shahei goes in. Unfortunately though, it's going to be a 3-man dive here as Graves goes in as well with the cluster shot. Does manage to do a bit of damage, and it's going to be Kha'zix that picks up the first kill. Frederick does get his ult pop. Nintendo goes down of course to Fizz as well, and Frederick goes down, so it's a very nice 3-0 gank there. Really showing that this red team has got map presence at this point in time with that 2 tower to 1 lead. Coming down in items, Kha'zix finishes off his Ravenous Hydra. Riven is still ahead though. She has got the Brutalizer inside to build her boots up, and Kha'zix... Actually no, Kha'zix is actually slightly better off here. Riven's got potions instead of a second Doran's Blade. There we go, Earth sadly not going to pick up a nice hot spicy brand meal today. But anyway, yes, getting back to the items. Mundo is quite clearly ahead of Udyr, looking to build that Randuin's Omen soon enough with that giant spell. Cloth Armor, of course, the Cloth Armor goes to the Warden spell. And a very nice cleaver still there coming out from Mundo, knowing that Udyr was going to try and do something sneaky. Does manage to secure it. He actually looks for Althor as well. He wants to make sure that this Fizz does not keep his blue all day long, because of course the longer Fizz has blue, the more dangerous he's going to become. That cooldown reduction mana regen is crucial to any victory or defeat. So, everybody's still just hanging around. As farming game is still continuing, although Fizz is yet to finish his Lich Bait, which is a very odd item, as Kha'zix goes in for the engage. They decide to focus Bran, which they do, and do a very nice job. Unfortunately, it does cost them Kha'zix, and they are taking heavy amounts of damage for doing so. Frederick just sitting there right between the two towers, making sure the turret aggro remains on the right target. Phyllis takes a lot of damage. Infused Devil, though, versus Lissandra in that Graves. Graves is going to pick up the kill, of course, that True Grit, proving the advantage here. Thresh trying to land that death sentence, that ever so needed death sentence, to keep this fight going, and does manage to find Shehei. Does get entombed, though, in the icicles of death. But sadly, it is not going to be enough, and it is going to be Jonjo in that top lane, managing to secure that top turret, and now bring this tower lead back in. But pushing that top lane all the way up to an inhibitor tower is a much better advantage than having two lanes only pushed into their first tower. Oh, it's been a very interesting game so far. Currently 17 minutes in, it is 19 kills to 18. It's still very close, despite things considered with the kill count, as Jonjo goes full man mode onto Kha'zix. Manages to secure the kill, though it's going to be in a lot of bother soon enough as the Udyr comes out. And in fact, Jonjo switches, seeing Bran, hoping that Bran will be able to land the stun needed, but it's not going to be a bright idea as Fizz comes out, throws the Earth Lobster, but sadly he's not going to secure it. Bureaus is in a major spot bother now, gets all the slows and all the CC done to him. He is going to go down, and it is going to be Shehei that picks up the kill. So very nicely done by that Lissandra. Iceland wise, of course, though, things still getting very interesting as the bot lane tower. Oh, the levels are dropping. But yeah, the bottom tower finally goes in, so it's going to be Caitlyn and Thresh continuing that push in the bottom lane. And they are now caught out by Kha'zix, unfortunately, though. It's going to be Devil in a major spot bother. Pops the barrier just in case, as the Kha'zix does do the unseen threat and flashes in as well. Unfortunately, though, Nintendo is going to go down. It's going to be a double kill for him, so he's going to be a very happy insect creature thing from the void. But it's going to be Fiddlesticks that goes down and gets beaten to death by a carrot. So that's really got to be a bad way to die. As we see Lissandra gets caught in as well, gets Blade of the Rune King on Jonjo so he can get the speed needed to get away, but sadly it's not going to be enough. Jonjo and Frederick doing a very nice job of trying to use their longest range abilities, being melee champions. Mundo being that cleaver, and Riven, of course, being her dash, does a very nice job of landing that cleaver. The engage could happen here, but no, Jonjo with the broken wings actually does go in, manages to secure the kill. It is going to be forced to run away, though. Kha'zix, though, does come flying in to save the day. Manages to secure a double kill. Can he go for a triple? Frederick is caught up, and unfortunately, nope, it is not going to be enough as the ace in the hole comes in, but sadly it is going to be Udyr that soaks up that damage. Devil manages to grab the lantern to safety. So currently 3 turrets all. The red team doing a very standard job of just sitting there and letting the ladies push themselves in. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so the red team doing a very good job here. They're pushing each lane in at a time, whereas the blue team are pushing a whole lanes in at once. They push the top lane in one solid push. They're now pushing the bottom lane in one solid push, and they're going to try and then push the mid lane and hope that the minions will be there to secure the advantages, as we see Udyr and Thresh actually showing the new advantages to this pre-season. Of course, we're not in Season 4 just yet. But Udyr taking out like White Camp, and then Thresh going, hey, well, I'm meant to be a support, but look, I can split push too. I can build the items I need to build to make me a much more potent threat instead of this guy that sits at the back. Or at the front, depending on how things go. Of course, Jonjo does get full aggression here. He thought he could take on to Shehei, but unfortunately Kha'zix was roaming around, does fly in from the side and is still continuing to chase it. Those mecha wings of his allowing him to fly like an eagle and land like a brick outhouse. Yes, I wasn't going to say another word, it's a brick outhouse. As the red team, though, pick up the dragon, bring the dragon lead back, or a dragon apiece here. Baron still yet to be a major objective for us. He is up, he is sat there in his little pool, just chilling away, as Furio's on that brand is forced to flash. Unfortunately, the Lantern not going to be enough to save him. Does get the shot down onto Lissandra, but he does go down to Kha'zix, who manages to get away on half health. Does get caught in the box though, and he does go in with the unseen threat, but sadly it's not going to be enough. Ace and Heart again gets blocked by Udyr. Udyr is really quite tanky now with that Frozen Heart and the Spirit, the Ancient Golem. So now it's Fizz, Udyr and Kha'zix. There's Graves coming up through the jungle from the bot lane. Of course, Infused Devil really can't 1v1 him at this point. Graves is actually a very good 1v1 counter to that. As Jonjo goes heavy against the Kha'zix, tries to land those couple of hits. Devil really not doing very well against this Graves here. Graves will pick up that kill and gets the level up from it. As Frederick decides to switch around now and take out the blue buff, and Kha'zix escaping as well from Jonjo, as we saw though. Althor is going to be the point of contention here. Jonjo though takes a lot of damage for it, and unfortunately the Lancing comes in just a little bit too late. Sadly not going to be enough as Kha'zix recalls. No, the Death Sentence comes in, and in fact they're going to go in full man-mode on this. He's solo on health, but sadly Furios can't quite land that full combo. The burn timer on down to his Torment is ticking away, but it's not going to be enough. One good Pyroclasm actually would have secured though, as Shay does come in from the mid lane there. There's a lot of damage onto Nintendo, is still hanging around and gets the full stun combo on Brandon. Branders goes for a nice little touch on the head to melt her away into a nice puddle of water. So the Ice Queen still not immune to fire just yet. So, things to consider so far this game. Caitlyn is on 5 kills, 6 deaths, 3 assists, 155 CS with that Bloodthirster, the static shift, but still no major third item coming out from me yet. The likes of maybe an Infinity Edge would be good around about now, though. She's doing a very good job of keeping up. Oh, excuse me. Meanwhile, if we look across the border to Graves, who's got the two major lifesteal AD items. He's got Blade of the Rune King and Bloodthirster, so he could just keep on sustaining himself through fights and let his abilities do the work. So he obviously has a plan in mind. Obviously going to go for something like a Phantom Dancer as and when, or possibly a Xeon, try and buy it in one go rather than buy the components. But he is behind on kills, he's ahead on assists and behind on CS. And doing a very nice job as Shahei does go in. The box does get popped, so as soon as Shahei's frozen 2 outlasts its usefulness, and it's going to be Pyroclasm comes out. That's a very nice job of bouncing. Althor will go down and gives a double kill over to Caitlyn. The pursuit, though, still continues as bot tower, though, is getting pressured by Graves, but unfortunately the blue team's just saying, well, balls to it. We'll have to just start the fight and hope we can end it. They do take the inner tower, then actually the outer tower, sorry, and the red team takes the inner tower, and the bot lane. Graves is actually just going to do a very nice job of farming up. Obviously feels pretty safe. Furios is going to be called over with no mana left. It is a nice time to do so. In terms of items though, the amount of armor pen that Kha'zix and Riven now are bringing to this fight is pretty insane. Of course, Kha'zix ahead by miles with a completed Black Cleaver. As the Death Sentence does come in, speaking of the insect, and he does get shut down there by the Infused Devil, as the aggression still comes out here. There's going to be a lot of damage coming down. Fiddlers does a very nice job of soaking up all this damage that is coming out here, but it's not going to be enough. Fizz does pop his Zonias, but he does get a double kill for doing so. So very nicely done. Fiddlers though takes so much damage and he's still going strong. Now Udyr really proving a potent threat as Furios manages to find Graves and lands the full combo. Unfortunately though, the burn is going to be enough. So Graves is going to get away as Frederick continues to eruption, gets entombed, does pop his I don't think he popped his ultimate. No, he didn't. He obviously had something to get himself out of dodge there, but sadly it wasn't enough, and Fiddless survives on a slither of health as everybody now backs away. Kha'zix coming back into the lanes now. Of course, he is pretty much at where he wants to be. He's got the Ravenous Hydra, Black Cleaver, Last Whisper, so he's got all the the armor pen he could possibly want. So even if Riven switched from full armor pen to full armor, it's not really going to matter because Kha'zix will just pierce through it all anyway. And does a very nice job as he does go aggressive onto Furios. The Pyroclasm does get popped, but sadly because it doesn't bounce, doesn't do all that much damage, as a very nice play there from Thresh allows the tower hit to go out, and it is going to be Nintendo that picks up the kill there. So very nicely done, as Infused Devil does come in here. He's still holding on those few items. He has a last whisper now, so he's got the armor pen he needs as well. I have a feeling that Season 4 will be the year of armor pen, whereas we had Season 3 at the start of it being the year of Warmogs, as this red team do a very nice job here of pushing the lanes all the way through. And we can see Graves is now picking the Zeal and Avarice Blade, so obviously we can start building that stack. He's soon enough, and Nintendo Descendants is in Graves, but sadly it's a rather dumb idea. Jonjo really in a spot bother gets fully entombed against Wombo combo to Oblivion. Nintendo though takes so much damage despite dropping the box, as Graves and Lissandra both take a walk. Graves takes another one. Infused Devil though kiting Fearless around this tower, but of course if he's not careful he's going to get caught out. He does get caught out. Brand coming in. Unfortunately that Pyroclasm still isn't ready, but it is going to be the burn that gives him the kill. And he does go looking around now for a Fizz who pops his Zhonya's. That blue buff is what he's really after. Very nicely timed there from Furious, and waiting for that Zhonya's to run out to land that all but necessary final hit. So now Furious has got that blue buff, which means his mana regen is going to be pretty high, but unfortunately though Kha'zix comes around and lands right on top of him and steals it away. Does take a lot of damage though from those towers. I think the blue team here are really in a bind. They were doing so well in the early game, they started losing their grip, started giving away unnecessary kills to the likes of Kha'zix, but they did give massive advantages over to their Caitlyn and Brand, which is sadly I'll give you enough. The ace in the hole comes out, and it's a very nice kill there. So Lissandra will shatter him into 1,000 tiny pieces, though Graves is in a massive spot of bother now. The damage is insane. He goes down alarmingly quick, and Kha'zix does the same as well. Thresh and Mundo picking up those 2 kills respectively. Now the blue team pretty much just calling it. They need to do Baron. They need to find a major advantage and take it. They are down that mid lane inhibitor, of course, which is still going to keep on pushing in. Jonjo, though, it takes a little bit too much damage here. He's trying to swap tank out with Frederick, who's not in close enough, as Chum the Waters comes in, and Jonjo does take a humongous chunk of damage. He pretty much has no health remaining, so Jonjo now really has to be careful about his tanking rotation, and does manage to secure the Fizz as Brand comes in to try to stop Udyr from smite stealing, but no, it's going to be Mundo who smites it first. So very nicely played by him. Now this blue team with that Baron regen, of course Baron now no longer gives AP AD bonuses, so it's really more of a regen thing, and allowing now this blue team to siege up, group up and push down that mid lane. They need to do something fast, because of course the longer they wait, the worse this fight is going to be. The worse things will go. They will not find any advantages here, nor they will find any friends in the cold depths of defeat. Devil, Furious and Jonjo though come around, they secure the dragon. They managed to bring the Goldie near enough back equal, but unfortunately they are still down 2 turrets, and that mid lane is going to continue to push. They need to consolidate. They need to regroup, come up with a new plan, and that plan will have to be push a lane and push it in hard, whether it be top or mid. They've got those lanes up to their inhibitor towers, so a nice solid push will be the secure they need. As Kha'zix continues his roam around now, of course he's finally hit level 16. He has now got all of his evolutionary points, as it were. So he's now got improved wings, improved claws, improved void spikes as he fights Frederick. But Frederick laying so much damage, and that ace in the hole also does a phenomenal amount of damage. And the Descendants almost lands. That would have been a perfect smack into the smug Kha'zix there with all that armor pen and barely any armor, making him a very squishy assassin indeed. Unfortunately, Frederick not one to go down with that fight, though he does find a few too many members, and Fearless also being very, very tanky. Being able to survive a nice full combo from Brand minus the ult, and only being taken down to just shy of half health here, as the remaining 4 members of the blue team, of course, they continue their push up this mid lane. The aggression really not showing any signs of easing, as Shahehe does go in, manages to entomb Jonjo, but Jonjo will just heal his way out of it. The Shaman Waters comes in, but unfortunately goes onto Nintendo, not onto Jonjo, but Devil does go down. 2 goes for Furious, gets the revenge there with the Pyroclasm, very nicely done as Frederick continues to charge, looks for that cleaver, but no Zhonya's at the last second, but Frederick's actually just going to sit there and be a bit of a douchebag, bit of a scumbag. Lands that cleaver, continues to chase actually, but sadly the playful tricks it out from Fizz. It gets him into very deep trouble and he does go down. So Frederick now really just playing the hit me guys, hit me game all the way back. Jonjo also coming around as well with those armor pen items, so he didn't go full black cleaver, instead went for GAs, realising how squishy he actually is. The mid lane inhibitor tower though is taking a lot of damage. It does go down as we get the announcement saying that the inhibitor is going to be respawning soon, so blue team trying the level best. There we go, Frederick manages to secure it. He does take a lot of damage, he does get slowed and encased in ice. He is going to go down quite possibly. No, manages to flash over the wall, but unfortunately he passed around the wrong way. Unfortunately he finds himself in the middle of fire, and he does pop his ultimate and he does manage to make run for it as Brand secures yet another Lissandra kill, and Frederick regenerating his health alarmingly quicker. That Spirit Visage really starting to show off what it can do. He does get caught in Shaman Waters though, but sadly the damage is null and nothing as this blue team 5-man stack now, all on health regen, with that Baron buff still ticking away. It hasn't got that much long to go as Kha'zix is in a major spot, but unfortunately the ace in the hole not going to be the kill secure as Fiddlers does get caught in. The aggression still going strong here. It's going to be Frederick who's going to pick up that kill quite possibly as Thresh picks up Fizz, so hook, line and sinker to him. Frederick though still takes a lot of damage. He's going to have to hang around as Kha'zix finally goes down, and Infused Devil goes full man mode onto Graves, tries to land a nice string of water attacks along with the 90 caliber net kills over Peacemaker combo. Unfortunately it's not going to be enough as Brand does go down to Graves. The aggression is still going strong here as Thresh gets caught out. He is so incredibly low, but sadly the kill is not to be as Jonjo and Devil are now pounding away on the Nexus. Nintendo is forced to pop the box, hides behind all its walls and manages to stay safe as Devil secures the kill and does manage to secure the game. GG, well played. So very nicely done there for our blue team today. So anyway guys, I hope you liked that video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz, and I will see you next time.